Guys, how are we? So yesterday, two things happened to me. Yesterday, I went to the physiotherapist, great local guy up in Ballantyre St John's Gaelic Club. It's our local Gaelic club. My daughter's awesome, awesome. She's a great player and she's feisty, and she's her favourite saying is lock in. All the girls, I just think they're pure warriors. They are awesome girls, tough, decent, funny, kind, great group of girls, individually, collectively, lovely girls, and we're all biased and they all mirror each other. But the reason I went up to Brian was because I had played 10-pump bowling at Christmas, strained my knee, put too much pressure on it, over exaggerated movement, and my knee was kind of out of place, needed professional help to get it right. Absolute joy going up to working with him, but not only that, it was humorous and it's joyous and there's energy and vitality. And then somebody rang me up yesterday and said, I don't know if I should be ringing you or not, because I don't know if I need a QS, cost consultant, quantity surveyor, whatever language you want to put on our roles, for an extension. I was kind of thinking, gee, I didn't need to go and see Brian yesterday. And he even said it to me yesterday. He said, this is about accountability. I thought, he's right, he's a professional, he's decent, he sets standards, he keeps boundaries, he is uberly good at what he does, but just as importantly, not even more, he creates a boundary and a system in which people function and in which people can feel safe. And I certainly did, because I was vulnerable getting back into the gym after years. I had, like most of us, my plate was so full it was hard to find time. I always find time for walking, but getting to the gym was hard. The compulsion of putting first things first, which is family, takes away priorities. So slowly but surely, as the family gets older, I have a little bit more time. So getting back to the gym, I needed a professional, I needed guidance, I needed reassurance, I needed technique, I needed somebody that I could build that with, and no better person. Absolutely. So I kind of feel if my clients feel half as good about me as I felt about Brian and the care that he gives me ongoing, and I go once a month, and he even said it was about accountability, and I'm 100% agreed. So do I need to go? No. But do I absolutely need to go? Yes. And it's the same for an extension. Depending upon the size of it, you may not need a quantity surveyor, something small like 20 square meters. There isn't going to be that much structural elements to it. So you can find a good local decent builder and do that. Beyond that, things get a little bit trickier because things get more involved, size increases. You can do one without planning up to 40. But once you get beyond that, then you get into complexities of what's included, what isn't included, what's regulated, what's the system, what's the controlling mechanism. If variations occur, how are you going to control them? If a builder turns to you and says, we have to underpin the wall, he can tell you it's 350, it's 500, 1500. There's no counterbalance. There's often no bill of quantities, itemizing everything. There's often no structure. There's often no contract, or there could be a contract that drastically favours him. Could be a one-page contract where he's lifted clauses, and it's often him as a builder, where he's lifted clauses that suit him and may not necessarily suit you as a homeowner. Could be payment schedule issues, there could be deposit issues. It's back to kind of what Brian said, there's no accountability. And beyond the accountability, for me to go once a month, I have to put the work in. You know, for me to go and get the validation, I need to make the payments. And the payments are my time and effort down the gym, sticking to the functionality of walking, of trying to have a balanced diet that nourishes me and I'm aligned with and isn't a struggle. It's not a diet, it's an eating lifestyle system. Rest and play, and all these things must be balanced in boundaries, rules, regulations, certifications, appropriate subcontractors, skill levels, and the after project as well scenarios, the handing over package at the end of it. So at the pre-construction phase, even at a small job, a bill of quantities, a very robust detailed contract, a organization, a structure, who's going to be on site, who's going to handle the project, is the foreman on site actually the guy really in site? You often get scenarios where you may lead a foreman on site, he's making promises, before you know it he's whisked off to another job. That information doesn't get passed upon. Payments become irregular, demands become unpredictable. Often the biggest amount of chaos in the construction industry occurs down at the smallest level, because there isn't the structures, the resources, the structural thinking, the systems, the cash flow, the capacity to tolerate chaos, the backup for the builder. Mentally, a lot of builders are just on their own. And that's the reality of it, no matter which way you add it up. A lot of small builders operate on their own. They may have somebody do their accounts, maybe their wife. Some of them also think it's easier not to have their wife do the accounts, because the wife then will transparently see the pressure of cash flow at various periods of the project, and that can raise anxiety. So often small builders externalize this from the family unit, which makes a lot of sense. So do you need a quantity surveyor for an extension? The answer is yes and no. Did I need to go and see Brian going back to the gym? The answer was yes and no. But to set rules, to set boundaries, you certainly need some professional input initially. You need somebody who's unbiased, or somebody who is biased on your behalf. You need somebody to counterweight the possible ongoing power differential between you and the builder. You need a mediator, and sometimes architects can do this role as well on smaller projects. So there is a gap there. Really and truly, it's a gap that I guess I should be addressing more in terms of videos and educations and courses, and I certainly intend to down the road. So yes and no is the answer. Really got to go with your gut. But even a good builder, if he's underneath financial pressure, can exert pressure on you. So I am biased. I do benefit from people employing me, But depending on scale and complexity, you should be fine if you've managed to get the right builder, and that's key. Okay, talk to you guys. Have a great day. Great to see the good weather coming back. Been raining. Somebody told me it's been raining something like 68 days or something crazy. A little bit of dampness and you can feel it, and a little bit of frost, but it is good. Talk to you soon, guys. Have a good day.